last 16 game between Venora from Colombo in Sri Lanka and the second 11 from Ipswich in Queensland, Australia. With me in the commentary box today, we've got the legend Anthony James Johnson from Brisbane, the king of Brisbane.
Thanks very much, Roscoe. How are you this morning, mate?
Good. Excited for this clash.
Yeah, it should be a great game. The boys are really looking forward to it. The weather's fantastic again this morning. The breeze has dropped off. The sun's out. The pitch is playing a little bit slower than it has been, so it might be a bit of a low-scoring game. But it should be exciting nonetheless.
Who's going to be up in the bowling for the second 11?
So it looks like Marty Henderson will take the new ball. He always does. He's had a phenomenal tournament so far with the ball, bowling very well. His last game was 4 overs, none for 13, and that was in a score of 194. So he's really bowling well. He always produces in the big games.
So we're almost ready to go here.
Just making some last minute adjustments to the field, bringing fine leg up a bit.
Opening the batting, we've got Ashan Randika and Laksitha Madhusan. His stats are 13 innings, 4 not outs, 416 runs at an average of 46 and a strike rate of 167 and a world ranking of 10,258. That's Venora off the mark.
The mark with a single. Henderson just putting the ball in the right areas there, not giving them any room. Get the left-handed Randika batting now. Randika, of course, scored some good runs so far this tournament.
Great shot down the ground. On drive to long on.
It's well fielded by Brody Kenyon in the deep. So we saw in the first game it was quite a low scoring affair, just over 100, about 130 runs. So the wicket's not quite as hard and bouncy as it was in the first couple of days, of course.
Ooh.
It's an edge, goes down to third man. Bit of a misfield, and they'll come back for 2 comfortably. What sort of a score do you think we're looking at here, Roscoe?
I think we're looking at, today 150 will be par. Anything more would be tough to chase. It's all knockout cricket now, so anything can happen. Got a couple of South African teams playing. We know what they're like in knockout cricket tournaments. But let's hope we can put an end to that.
Put an end to the choking.
Didn't say that.
Don't mention the choke. So here's Dave Fitchett coming on to bowl now. Left armour can move the ball both ways.
So the score is 5 for 1 after 5 for North after 1 over.
Yeah, it's a good start from Henderson. leaking too many runs. He's just drifted down leg side there. It's not a great start from Fitchett, but he'll look to bring that back into line. Bit of movement, I think.
Got a couple of guys tuning into the live book stream on Facebook. Jason Lloyd Castle, Aidan Whitlock and Andy Levitt. Good to see you supporting your team. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Aidan from the Ipswich comp. Andy Levitt, the king of Northern Rivers in northern New South Wales.
Is that self-proclaimed or?
No, I think he is the king actually, yes. Was voted in.
Oh.
But he'll tell you all about it.
I'm sure.
So Fitchett with quite good figures. His best figures are 5 for 6, average of 22, and economy of 5.69, which is a pretty incredible economy rate in last man stands. Oh, he's given a wide there.
Some of the other knockout games currently underway. Got the Rebels versus Doc Misfits. The Rebels are 144-7 after their 20. And the Misfits are 1 down, no runs on the board after 1 over. Got Zuta from Mumbai taking the Roaring Lions from Dubai. Zuta are currently 83 for 3 after 14.1.
Fitchett just probably over pitching a bit there. And Randika making full use of the swing. Big 6 back over his head. That's a bit fuller. Full toss, and that's 4 more.
Man.
One ball left in the over. The score's none for 20. Just rank full toss and dispatch back over his head for 4.
Heave down to car corner boundary just for 1. Brings it in the second over. Score is 20 for 0. Marty Henderson to bowl his second over of his spell. As you can see, some visuals on the screen here of the path way to the final. Got London's Ferrani Taylor Stallions playing at 5:30 local time against the ANG Dorans. That should be a crack of a game. Good luck to those boys. Ooh, full toss. Pedals it down to fine leg.
Yeah, just comment on Facebook here. Grant Brewer calling for the Mountain Man AJ to be playing. I did offer my services, Grant, but they chose to go with someone a bit better, I think. Pushes it into the covers for 1.
Looking forward to watching former Sri Lankan international Ajanta Mendez in action today's game. Fantastic cricketer and fantastic to see him playing grassroots cricket.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
He's chipped it up, there's no one, it's going to fall safe, it's actually going to go for 4. Henderson not happy there. False stroke, can't believe he got away with that.
Shaking his head. It's a big shout out to Mark Jones on the Wirral tuning in. I'm sure it's nice and cold and dark there. As you can see, it's fantastically bright and sunny here in beautiful Cape Town.
We're getting quite a lot of viewers from Australia. Stephen Hart has just joined us. Dave Broughton and Joshy Lampard. Josh, the answer to that question is Alder Rack are playing this afternoon at 5 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. We've made it through to the plate final of the Cow Corner Cup.
It's up in the air.
It's under it.
It's a
Brody
great
Kenyon
catch.
does not drop those ones.
Goes for the double play. Chuck throws it in. Fantastic fielding and awareness of the double play.
Yeah, Brody Kenyon, one of the safest hands in LMS under the high ball.
He never looked like dropping that.
No, very good fielder. And that's a good start. Rendika, very dangerous batsman. Anderson just slowed it up just a little bit. Drew the false shot. Kenyon in position early. Good catch and going for the double play. Rendika out for 21 off 9, so that's a big wicket. Henderson strikes again.
Can't keep him out the game.
Oh, he's involved in everything. He's scored runs, he's taken wickets. He sledges. He does everything.
That's unlike an Australian player to do that.
Yeah, it's unusual, but yeah.
So, Himansha Lilanga into bat. 12 innings, 5 not outs, 386 runs, an average of 55, striking at nearly 200, and a best of 104. A world ranking of 9,058. Very good cricketer, it seems. Marty Anderson in.
Drifts onto the pads. There's a wide. They'll be looking for 2, but good coverage there from Fitchett. Prevents the second run. Just the single. 1 ball left in the over for Henderson. No, that is the end of the over. The score is 1 for 29. It's 1 for 29 after 3. It was good to get Rendika out. He was looking pretty dangerous early on. A bit of change of bowling. Fitchett's been given a rest. Corey Marshall into the attack. He'll just be looking to skid it through.
AJ, what's your opinion on bowler rotation? When you bowling, do you think you should let bowler settle into a bit of a spell? Or
Well,
he bowled him.
He's been vindicated first ball. It's a great ball from Marshall straight up.
Big slog.
Henderson very happy with it. And the boys are looking good early. As I said, you slid it through. Bit of big in-swing there. Good ball.
Not a good start for the Venora boys.
Just looking to heave it away and just completely misread the line. It's a dream start from second 11. Oh, we've got Hitcho and Marksy in now from Ipswich, all the way from Ipswich, tuning in. Good to have you along, boys. So I'm not sure if the viewers back home realised just how close the second 11 were to getting knocked out in the final group match. It was a do or die. Whoever won the game was going to go through. And they needed 30 runs off the last 2 overs. And the young man Hayden Donnellan went to town, 6, 6, 6, 4, 6. But it came down to the last ball. Let's watch this. Sri Lanka a bit more watchful this time on Marshall. Field is off his own bowling. Came down to the last ball, Roscoe. Needed 2 to win. Donnellan tried to heave it over Table Mountain, got a bit under it. The Scottish boys took the catch, but Marshall is one of the quickest players in LMS, and he scampered through for a steal to steal the game from the Scottish boys, who weren't too happy about that. But it's good match awareness from the second 11 boys.
Oh, it was a fantastic spectacle. Nick down to 4.
Oh, we've just been joined by
Healthy
one of the best keepers in LMS, Keith Vogel.
back to my question about if you're a captain, how would you use your bowlers? Do you let them bowl, settle into a spell of 2 or 3 overs? Do you rotate different bowler every over? What would you do?
Yeah, I think some bowlers really benefit from just bowling back to back and just getting through. Especially some of the older bowlers, you know, they start to stiffen up if they have it over, and then you have to go out into the deep.
Are you talking about yourself? Or?
Yeah. But I think sometimes it's good for the batsman just to, you know, it makes it tricky to they never quite know what's coming next. Michael Bard calling out for a commentary gig on the Ashes. I'm not sure about that. Hey Bogsy, good to see you, mate. Oh, we've got Pete Bowman has got Australian captain Sam Lang in Canberra watching along. Good shout out to Sammy.
Yeah, fantastic cricketer he is.
Fantastic cricketer. The boys tried to get Sammy along, but he just couldn't organise it. Would have been a great addition.
So sad not to have Lyden Gibbons here.
Yeah.
Fantastic cricketer and player.
Absolutely. He was all ready to go, but unfortunately a family affair kept him at home. Henderson on for his 3rd over. So look, they've lost a couple of wickets, but they're still going on at nearly 9 and over. 37 runs after 4.
Oh, it's a great shot. The ramp.
Just ramp that over the keeper's head, and that's 4 runs. That's clever batting. Henderson a bit dismayed.
Fantastic shot. So if you're looking to get involved in Last Man Stands, it's very simple. On the website, you go to lastmanstands.com/join. If you're wanting to join as an individual, we'll find you a team, or if you join as a team, we'll find you a league. We've got leagues in 19 countries around the world, and it's really straightforward and great fun. Welcome to Lido. Good to have you here, buddy.
It's another single there for Henderson, fielding of his own bowling. We need to maybe try and grab another wicket here. They are rotating to strike well. Chipping away at the runs.
Great shot.
Good shot. Marshall's very quick across the field. Will he cut it off? He will cut it off.
Great fielding.
Good fielding. Can he prevent the 3rd? No, they're going to come back for 3 by the looks of it.
Good running, good fielding, good bowling, good cricket all round.
Cricket all round. That's the end of the 5th over. Score is 47 for 2. Henderson with 3 overs, 1 for 24. It's probably his worst figures so far this tournament. But, you know, we're in the round of 16 now, so we're obviously facing the better sides.
Business end of the tournament.
Certainly is.
So today is last 16 games. Tomorrow will be the quarterfinals, and Saturday will be the grand final day with the semi-final and the grand final.
Marshall comes back on to bowl for his 2nd over. First ball of the last over got a wicket. Big in swinger, knocked over the off stump. Pushes it down the ground to Dwyer. Just the single.
The Sri Lankan players have some really good players, good techniques, very well organised at the crease.
is. So Madishan batting well here, 19 off 13. Look to be getting him out, and then I think it'll probably be the former Test player coming in. Mendes. Oh, he's just whipped that away. His square leg for 4 runs. Just bowling a bit too full there, Marshall. Drifts onto the pads and punished.
Bit of an update. The Docks Misfits are 25 for 3 after 4.4 against the Rebels, chasing 144. So, Rebels on top there, but cricket is a funny game.
Goes for the lap sweep, paddle over the head, but misses it. Loops it up outside off stump, nearly draws the catch. 1 bounce out to Henderson. Deep cover. And that's the end of the 6th over. Six overs gone, scores 2 for 54. Ticking along at 9 and over. Young Tommy Douglas coming on to bowl now. Good start from Marshall, 2 overs, 1 for 13. His captain will be happy with that. Just pegging them back slightly. See what Douglas can do. Drifted onto his pads, but straight to the fielder. He'll get a single. So there looks to be a bit of movement in the air here this morning, Roscoe. Bit of swing about.
Yep, looks like the pitch is offering the bowlers a bit of assistance, which is great to see. As long as we can get an even contest between bat and ball. That's a fantastic shot.
Straight back over his head. That's a big 6.
Fantastic shot. Elbow up. Boom.
Straight back through the line. Yeah, good shot.
Oh,
There's an edge through the vacant slip.
great fielding that.
Top work from Fitchett. He might be the oldest man in the team, but no, he's probably not actually. Gaz is probably older. The grandpa of the team. But Fitchett moved very well there to his left. Cut off a certain 4. That's a better
Should be
delivery.
2.
Henderson's very quick, very quick. A very good fielding outfit, this second 11. They take their catches, they move well across the field, they've all got good arms. They'll turn 2s into 1s. Straight down the ground to Kenyon for a single. That's the end of the over. Score is 2 for 64. That run rate's just starting to creep up a little bit. Starting to find the rhythm, the Sri Lankan boys. We'd certainly need a wicket here. Anderson happy to continue with Marshall.
So 64 for 2 after 7 overs.
7. Just tick over 9 and over.
Look like to be setting a solid platform for the big hitters to come in at the end of the innings.
Right up as a block.
Great fielding.
Good fielding. Marshall let him know how good it was too.
clips it off his legs down to deep square. Marty Henderson swoops, gets it back into the bowler.
Just the single again. Big shout, umpire's not interested though.
That's great fielding down there, fine leg. Keeper's gone down to assist. Bowls it back in.
Was the Courtney Walsh. Oh, did they get 3 or 4 there? Three.
3.
3 easy runs.
So unfortunately the team from Johannesburg, Alex Chiefs, their tournament comes to an end this morning. They lost to the Jalal team from Pakistan. Fantastic tournament they had, great time. Great to see them back after seeing them in London in 2013.
So just in answer to Pete Bowman's question about the par score today, we're probably thinking maybe 150, 160 would be par. But,
great shot.
The Sri Lankans are starting to look well. Oh,
Fantastic
that's great
shot.
fielding. Great fielding from Kenyon out in the deep. Making great coverage across the ground. Diving full stretch, preventing the boundary. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Yeah, fantastic effort. Good thinking from Dwyer, just backing up his fielder. And that's the end of Marshall's over.
Great shot to the cover boundary. Trundle through for 1. Big shout out to Steve Hayes. He's in the UK. Glad to have you watching. Wish you were here, buddy. Big heave to the leg side, off his pad, down to fine leg.
I'll stroll through for 2. So the score is now 2 for 72. We've got a bit of an issue with the score showing on the live feed, so I'll keep you guys updated with that. 2 for 72 in the 9th over.
Oh, big swing.
Well, he's got a hold of that one. That's a big 6. That's the shorter boundary today. We're using the pitch again closest to Table Mountain. Certainly the shorter boundary. 6 more runs to Lakshan. Yeah, that's a good shot into the trees.
Oh, it's another 6.
Big hit. 6. Marshall's coming round, but it's too big.
Fantastic strike that.
So 2 big 6s to finish the over there. Tommy Douglas's figures cupping a pounding in the end. 2 overs, none for 23. I think we might see a bowling change after this. So at the end of the 9th over, that's 2 for 84. So tick over 9 and over still. They're maintaining that well. Madishan not out on 30 off 21. And Ederasinga batting very well, 29 not out off 15. Those 2 6s helping him out, no end. Yep, and as expected, we've got a bowling change. We've got Hayden Donlan coming in, the star of the last game. Scored 92 runs to guide the second 11 to victory.
Does he always bowl in his cap?
Well, I don't know. It's unusual. Carried it through, just a single off the first ball.
Jay Fletcher coming a bit hard at Donlan. Oh,
Whipped it away. That's a catch.
Great
Got
shot.
It.
Great
Fitch's
catch.
got him.
Fantastic fielding on the fine leg boundary. It's another wicket.
Top work, and once again we see the bowling change and we get a wicket. Second ball. Good catch from Fitchett. Let's have a look at it. He's indicating it was swirling away from him, just bobbles it a little bit, but he's safe hands in the end. That's a top effort. It's 3 wickets down now. They really needed to break that partnership. It was starting to look dangerous. He's not happy with that. So good work, Donlan. The cap has produced results.
Singer 29 of 16, strikes at 181.
He was looking good.
Starting to look dangerous. New batsman is Mendes. Fasten your seatbelts. 10 innings, 1 not out, 196 runs at an average of 21. And striking at 184.
Best of 58, which he scored in the opening game of this World Cup. And he did get out for a first ball duck the second game. So it's been a mixed bag tournament so far for Mendes. Former Sri Lankan Test and One Day International.
Oh, fishing outside off stump.
Outside off. Watchful, just guides it away.
Definitely 2 runs there. Oh, running hard. Oh,
That's a good throw. Good running from Mendes.
scampers back.
Takes the score along to 3 for 87.
Pushed out to the cover boundary. Takes Mendes to 3 off 3.
Welcome to the coverage, Fitzy, and yes, in the answer to your question, Marty has bowled. He's got 3 overs, 1 for 24, so he's saving one up his sleeve. Let's have a look at the Sri Lankan scorecard so far. Madishan, the opener, still not out, 31 off 22. Randika was looking very dangerous early on. Henderson got him. Good catch from Kenyon, 21 off 9. Leonaga didn't last long. Marshall collected him, 1 off 2. And then the last batsman to go for 29. Donlan with a great first over, 1 over 1 for 4. Douglas copping a bit of stick, 2 overs none for 23. Fitchett though 1 over none for 16. And we haven't seen him back in yet.
Oh, so no ball.
Full toss, he's got away with the no ball there, I think.
Very generous of the umpire there. Looked above waist high.
Dwyer gets away with one, so at the 10th over mark we change around. And of course now the right-handed batsman is hitting to the much smaller boundary.
Oh, great shot. Clipped off his legs, 4 runs.
It's 4 more. Mendis obviously played a lot of cricket, so he'll be looking to really lift the run rate here. We're on 96 after 10. We could see a 200 score here. Marshall very quick in the field, keeps it to 1. The last 10 balls have gone for 661 court .2144. So Sri Lanka just putting the accelerator down here, and that's another 4. Not a good start to Dwyer's over here, none for 13. Can he bite back? Oh, that's a full toss, but it's gone up in the air. It's going to fall safe.
Gentle little pie, that.
Dwyer having a few issues with his rhythm here. Over pitching a bit. It's the end of the over, 14 from it. Mendes 12 off 6. Madishan creeping closer to his 50s, 36 off 24. Looks like we're going to see Donlan come back into the attack.
With his cap on.
Cap on. Like one of the viewers at home, June Sharples, reckons Hayden can wear a tiara if he plays like he did last game. Fair call too. He had a blinder.
Quick update from the other game. The Rebels are number 2 in the world versus Doc's Misfits. Doc's Misfits are 60 for 3 after 10.1, chasing 144. So that should be a good finish.
Pushes that back down the ground for 2. Start of the 12th over, scores 104. You need a wicket here, Hayden.
It's another ramp.
Going for the ramp. I'll only get the 1 run off it though. They're certainly inventive, these cricket shots.
Off the topic, but I'd like to wish my wife happy birthday today. She's in London. So I hope you have a great day.
Happy birthday, Lise. That's a big hit. It's gone far enough. That's 6 more into the car park. Solid shot there.
Andy Levitt's asking, how's the nightlife going in Cape Town, AJ?
Oh, man, it's been a bit quiet the last couple of nights, to be honest, isn't it? Every World Champs we get a bit older.
Yeah.
We see a bit less of it.
So, Nelson. 1-1-1.
But there has been a few beers drunk, Andy. Half-hearted appeal there for LBW. They're off the 1-1-1. Takes the score to 112. So we've had a lot of Aussies commenting. I'm just wondering if there's any Sri Lankans out there watching. Tune in, maybe give us some comments, some feedback, some questions. Surely there's some Sri Lankans watching at home. Welcome to one of the north side Brisbane superstars. Tony Knott has just joined us.
So after 12 overs, the score is 112 for 3.
Fitchett come back into the attack. Looking to improve on his first over, which went for 16. Didn't quite get his line right.
So we've got the number 1 team in the world live on TV this afternoon. Tanks Plumbing versus Cape Town Warriors. That should be a cracker of a contest.
Had a ball from Fitchett. They push it to mid off, and that's going to be 2. It's good, sensible batting from Mendes. Takes his score to 20. Fitchett trying to do a bit of work on the ball, get a bit of swing happening. Oh.
Good bats on that.
A little bit of bat, says the umpire. It's a better over so far from Fitchett. Oh, swung back in, just caught the inside edge. Oh, he's bowled him! He's gone for the ramp shot and he's misjudged it completely. Well, just trying to be a little too cute there, I think. And Fitchett on the money. That's a wicket. That's a big wicket. That's 4. That's half the batsman gone. Scores 115 for 12 after 12 overs. Oh, look at that! Just exposes all the stumps. Crashes in. Very pleased, Fitchett there. Well, that looked awkward. So Madishan out for 39. New batsman in, Janice Tathranga. Welcome to the commentary box, Wayne Grieve.
Hi AJ, it's good to join you.
Fantastic. How are you this morning?
I'm good, thanks.
Very good. So we've got the Sri Lankan team here. There's 115 for 4. 12 overs gone. Fitchett's just taken a wicket. Did you see the wicket? He's looking to play a ramp shot.
I did see that.
Completely misjudged it and crashed into his stumps around his legs.
It was well celebrated from the team and even better celebrated from you in the commentary box, AJ.
Well, it's always exciting when something like that happens. Strays down the legs and that'll be a wide.
AJ, we just come on air. We've had a few complaints about the commentating. They say one of the individuals is tending to be a bit biased towards the second 11. I think they're referring to you. Can you just calm it down and have some more balanced commentary?
I think this is somewhat of a stitch. I recognise that name. I think the Sri Lankan team have been going very well. It's building some good partnerships. And second 11 boys really need to peg them back, otherwise they could be chasing a big.
Where are the second 11 from, AJ?
Ipswich in Queensland.
And where are you from, AJ?
Well, I live in Ipswich now, yeah.
Okay.
Well, live in Ipswich now, I've been living there for 20 years.
Okay, so...
There might be a bit of home team bias, perhaps.
Okay, I'm just trying to bring a bit of perspective to the chat, yeah? I'm going to have to support the Sri Lankans just to balance it up a bit.
Balance it out. Someone's got to. There's not a lot of support on the Facebook here. I'm not sure what's the time difference in Sri Lanka.
I think they're a bit nervous. They know that the Sri Lankans are the favourites, and they just they're waiting. They're going to pick their moment, I think.
Pick their moment, yeah.
If there's any Sri Lankans watching this live feed, we want to hear from you. All the chat's been dominated by the Aussies. We expected that, but we are hoping for some chat from the Sri Lankans as well.
Dwyer comes back on for his second over. Wasn't a good start, number 14, but I think he'll be able to peg it back here. Better ball, but it just drifts down leg side, so it'll be a wide. Hayden Donlan bowling very well, 2 overs 1 for 13, backing up his man of the match winning performance in the last game.
Clever shot from Mendes.
Mendes just worked it very fine. That's 4 runs.
I think you saw the line leg was quite squished. Very short boundary on the leg side. He's walked inside the line. If we look at Brodie Dwyer's stats, you can tell us a bit more about him. He's played a fair bit of cricket.
Played a lot of games, taken a lot of wickets, 150 wickets at an average of 28. Economy of 7.5. It's quite reasonable in LMS. On 556 overs. And yep, goes very well. Oh, Mendes has just seen that well, seen it early.
That's tremendous shot.
Yeah, tremendous. It's into the trees. Big 6. So Dwight's not quite finding his rhythm here.
It's good to see Steve Maddock from Yorkshire tuning in. He's got a lot of Facebook followers who follow him, who watch LMS cricket. Steve, please will you share this footage if you're enjoying it? We're trying to get our viewing numbers up. And we know you're a very popular individual. And he's gone again.
Big hit. Dwight just having a little chuckle there, I think, is he? Maybe a bit overawed by the occasion. It's not every day you bowl to a former Test player, is it, Wayne?
It isn't. And Adja, can you just tell me about the competition on the other field as we look at the replay here? What's the name of the tournament on the other field there?
Oh, the Cow Corner Cup.
Yeah, and it's the Rondebosch field.
Yeah, Rondebosch field.
And that's exactly where Mendes has hit it, toward Cow Corner.
Yeah, they're in danger out there. Mendes really liking this bowling from Brodie. Loops it up, takes a bit of the pace off it. That's clever bowling from Brodie. But they'll get 2. Mendes didn't try to hit it too hard. He saw the fielder was right back, so he just pushes it into the gap and gets an easy 2.
And thank you to Steve Maddock, who's just informed us that he shared the post. So let's see if the viewing numbers rocket up after that. It's gone up to 206. That's going to be out.
That could be a chance.
Oh,
he's made good ground. That would have been a big wicket. Dwyer really wanted that one. There's Marty Henderson out there in the deep. He had to cover a lot of ground. He did very well, got a hand to it. It'll go down as a drop though. Comes down the wicket, just got near the toe of the bat. Oh, close.
Just an update from the Gary Kirsten Oval. Last 16 match between Rebels, world number 2. Huge favourites against Doc's Misfits. They only put 144 on the board. Doc Misfits were 3 down within the first 2 overs, but they've made a great fight back. As we speak, they've just lost another wicket. So they're 79 for 5, 13.2 overs. So they're still within a chance there, Doc's Misfits, but it looks like the favourites in world number 2 should be going through to the quarterfinals. It's another chance in the deep.
Chance? No, he's hit that too big. That's into the car park.
So Venora showing why they're the favourites on this side of the draw.
Good shot there, stand and deliver.
He's gone again.
That's 4 more. The run rate really accelerating now.
Second 11 under pressure now. Short boundary for the last few overs. Yeah, this could be a huge score.
He's hit that quite hard. Must be a single.
Ajay, would you say the second 11 bowling or batting is their strong point?
I think probably their batting would be the strongest. Yeah.
I hope so.
So I think a 200 run score they could chase down.
Who's the players we've got to watch out for?
Well, there's a few. There's Brody Kenyon can score runs very quickly. Brody Dwyer can score runs very quickly. Henderson, of course, has scored over 12,000 LMS runs. Donnellan proved his worth yesterday or a couple of days ago with 90.
This is Donnellan as we speak, bowling.
Donnellan bowling. Marshall. Corey Marshall, a more than handy batsman. And young Tommy Douglas scores 50s as well. So there's a lot of runs in there.
Can you tell us why Donnellan's bowling with the cap on? Is that a done thing in Ipswich?
Look, to be honest, I'm not sure. It's a bit unusual, a bit unorthodox. He's got something going on with his hair. He doesn't want to show people. I don't know what it is.
Maybe he forgot his suntan cream at home?
Yeah, maybe. He's just walking with a bit of a limp there after that drive back. Stopped it with his foot. Hope that doesn't affect his batting. So Mendes pushing closer to his 50. He's 46 off just 18 deliveries. Fitchett coming on to bowl, giving Dwyer a rest. 2 overs, none for 37.
Steve Maddox just informed us 227 watching. I don't know what he means by that. Is he meaning the score's going to be 227? It's probably a good shot. What do you think he's referring to, the number of viewers?
Maybe the number of viewers, yeah.
You never know with Steve Maddox.
So we have 5 overs remaining, scores 153. The way they're going, you'd think they'd be getting 200. They'd probably be wanting to push towards 210, 220. But I think once Mendes goes, maybe the scoring will just slow down a little bit. Just works it into the leg side field. That'll just be a single. Chaturanga on strike now. He's got 13 off 6. Oh.
Does he play indoor cricket, AJ?
That looked very indoor-like, didn't it? Hit the stumps, but it was too quick and through for the single.
So we've got 210 live viewers at the moment, but so far during this match we've had 2,700 people tune in at different times. Been 92 shares and 103 comments, but not one from a Sri Lankan.
I think there was one, Shahid Sandhu.
Apologise, Shahid.
Marshall's quick, but he's not quick enough. Can't prevent the 2.
Justin Isaac is watching. AJ, can you tell us about Justin Isaacs and where he's from?
Justin Isaacs, no.
Okay, well I'll do that. He pushes out to middle.
We got Arun, one of our long-term LMS umpires down at Logan, and he's not sure who he's going with. He doesn't know whether to go for second 11 or his home country of Sri Lanka.
So this game has been played at the Western Province Cricket Club. As Mendes gets a photo, the umpire is a big fan of Mendes. I think that's why he took his photo. Is that why he did it, or can you explain why he took his photo?
I think he'll be trying to get his autograph later, maybe.
Okay.
No, of course he's got his 50, so he'll get a shout out on the Facebook page. Welcome Ryan Barham. A lot of Ipswich viewers.
Justin Isaacs is from Parramatta. He runs the local league there in Sydney.
So there's a lot of chat on the commentary here, the feedback, that run out being close to being out. We can't be too far away from having DRS in last man stands, do we?
We're thinking of maybe bringing it in for the quarterfinals. What's your views on that? Do you think that will it will be successful, or do you think it will be controversial?
Well, it's probably controversial, but it makes for great theatre. So. So the new batsman Rathnayaka, 5 innings, 0 not outs, average of 14.8. So we haven't really had a lot of time at the crease with LMS, so we don't really know what he's like. But we'll definitely be looking to slow the run rate down, try and keep it below 200. I think below 200, I think the second 11 would back themselves.
They always do back themselves.
If it was below 300, they'd probably back themselves. But
It's pushed out to deep.
Shot out to
Wide mid off. Dwyer. Oh,
he
no.
just couldn't quite get there. That's 4 more to the total. Sam Russell, yes, that is former Test player Mendes.
Oh, that's on the car corner cut field.
He's hit that a long way.
New ball.
Douglas just drops his head a little bit.
I think there's no point looking for that one.
Oh no, they found
No,
it.
they found it. It's obviously hit it through the rough.
Yep.
Onto the second fairway there.
It was on the fairway, just the wrong hole. So 170 for 4, 16.2 overs gone. Chips it, they'll be looking for 2, but they won't get it.
Dylan Hickson has just tuned in and says, go former Bluebird Tommy Douglas.
Yeah, Bluebird, of course, is the Bluebird Swifts Cricket Club in Ipswich. My former club as well. Tommy Douglas played A grade there. Luke Smith is the former president of the club.
Okay. And do you know who Nick Turnbull is?
Nick Turnbull.
He's waiting for a 6. I don't think he's going to have to wait too long.
No, just obviously only just tuned in. That's the end of the over. Tommy Douglas. The score is 4 for 173. 3 overs remaining.
So what do you think Marty Henderson will be comfortable chasing here?
He'll back himself to get 220.
On his own? Or?
Yeah, on his own.
Okay.
No, he'll be looking to 220. I think he'd be happy chasing. Obviously, the lower the better. But talking to him yesterday, he's heard that there's a lot of spinners in the Sri Lankan lineup. And that's what he loves, facing
Out
spin.
into the deep. This should be out. No.
Oh, Dwyer spilt it.
So
Unlucky, made good coverage, good ground. He'll be disappointed with himself, though he usually takes those ones.
So Peter Bowman from Canberra is tuned in, and he's asking who are the bowling threats for Venora. As we watch Henderson continue. Out into the deep. Dwyer's really been tested out there. Oh, and they've turned for 2.
Big arm. Come back for 2. But Henderson creating chances as he always does.
So obviously Mendes is one of the threats, but
Obviously Mendes is one of the threats. I think this guy not at the crease, Rathnayaka, I think he bowled quite well in the game I watched
they've got
against
2 quick opening bowlers, don't they?
Singapore. Yeah. That's a better ball.
Venora didn't enter this tournament as favourites, but as it's gone on, you've seen a lot of the teams start to focus their attention on them. He's gone a bit deep in his crease here.
Yeah, he's right back.
I think this is going towards, well, he's trying to go leg side, yeah.
And he's hit it long, it's straight, it's 6 more. Rathnaka moves to 21 off 9. 1 ball left in the over for Henderson.
I think he's realised Henderson has been bowling very full, almost Yorker length, so he's just gone a bit deeper in his crease to allow him to get under that.
Yeah, it's clever batting.
It's not easy to that short boundary there, wind blowing. Andy Levitt senses that Dwyer's not too happy out there, but he says head up, plenty of runs off your bat, and a thumbs up. Nick Turtonwell's asking how many metres is the boundary. AJ, what would you say that hit to cow corner is?
Oh, the hit to cow corner is not a long, not a big hit at all. I don't know, what would that be? 50?
Yeah, 50 max.
50 max?
Towards the other side, it could almost be 80, 90.
Yes, big.
I don't think this field's as big as Homestead Park in Ipswich, is it, AJ?
No, definitely not, Jamie. No. Homestead, one of the great fields that we use in Brisbane, or the best field we use in Brisbane. It's a very big field.
So, one of the Cow Corner Cup players has stolen the ball there on the other field. And he's gone even deeper in his crease now. I think he's got to bowl for the wide mark here. Yes, very clever bowling from Henderson.
What about it? Goes, let's throw it by. No, Matthew Crone, it's not that windy today. It's a lot calmer conditions, which has been good. There's still a bit of a breeze from left to right on the screen, but not nearly as bad as it has been.
Can you get an update from the Rebels match?
Oh, the crowd's had enough. Been called off the commentary by Zanis.
Looks like Rebels are close to wrapping up the game against Doc's Misfits. Doc Misfits 101 for 7, chasing 143, 144.
Has he got the edge? No. Half-hearted appeal.
So last 16, and so far we've had JLB for Pakistan through to the quarterfinals. Looks like Rebels, world number 2 side, are through to the quarterfinals.
Sweeps it round the corner for a single. Donnellan.
So can second 11 keep them under 200?
So we're on 187, 2 overs to go.
It'll be tough, but it's psychological.
Yeah, it's just that barrier, isn't it? That's not going to help. That's 6 more into the car park. That's a big hit.
New ball's been thrown on.
So 1 ball left in this over. The score is 193.
Straight up. This is going to be tough for the bowler. Let's swirl in. Does that go down as a drop catch?
Oh, you'd have to, yeah. He's just rattled off about 3 excuses as to why he didn't get them, but he's been preparing them all day. Sun, the wind, the table mountain in the background caught his eye.
A few beers on Tuesday night. Oh. He's also got to have a bit of time to think to finalise his excuse there.
That's right, yeah, he just had paused. So we've got Fitcher to bowl the last over. The score is 195 for 4, 1 over remaining. We've got 5 Woodies tuning in at the moment from Thomas Harrison. Thanks, boys. Good to see you. I've had it on good authority from Ditch that you're going to be making an appearance at the Oz Champs next year. We certainly missed you this year. He's had a big shout, but I think that was very ambitious from the bowler.
You didn't even go for that one, AJ, so that's how we know
that's right.
Missing on all 3 counts.
So 196, he's going to have to do well to keep them to below 200 here.
Good start to the last over.
Yeah, he's certainly got his line right now. Struggled in the first over, went for 16.
So second 11, what did they get in the last 16 match against the Fulton Flyers from Scotland?
I think it was about 190 something that they chased down. 196 they chased down.
So they'll believe it. They have a chance, yeah.
Yeah, they're just bringing it up now. Yeah, they got 195.
Well, they just can't afford any more of those.
That's another 6 out to that cow corner small boundary. Yeah, they got 195 for 7 after their 20. Hayden with 91. And no one else really fired, so 31 to Tommy, 32 to Corey Marshall. That was the top scores.
The bowling seems to be their weaker link here, so watch.
Oh,
that's
he's
straight
swept
up
it away. There could be a catch here. Donald's coming round. He's missed it. He's just struggling a bit with a foot injury there, I think.
Is that his excuse?
Well, I'll give him that excuse. He's still limping back. Probably should have done a bit better than that, though, to be honest.
Good to see Jared Austin watching from the infamous Tradies You Can't Trust.
Yep. Wish you were here, Jared.
I think he does as well.
Could be a chance of a run at. Oh, if he had direct hit there, he was gone. Good fielding from Dwyer. And that will be the end of the Venora Sri Lanka innings. That takes them to 207, I think.
I think that's a huge score.
Yeah.
Second 11.
207 for 4, 208 to win. I wouldn't write them off. I wouldn't write them off just yet. I think the first 5 or 6 overs will see how well they go. They don't want to lose early wickets. Donnellan and Henderson are probably the keys here. Although Brodie Kenyon can bat well, Brodie Dwyer was the batter of the tournament in the Oz Champs just recently. He hasn't really fired so far in this World Champs, so he'll be looking to get some runs. Gaz Copeland down the bottom of the order is useful.
So
for
from
10
what
or
I've
15.
seen, oh, really? Okay. From what I've seen, Brodie Dwyer normally opens up and he plays sort of an anchor role. Do you think with a score like this, they might need to change the order? I suppose it'll depend on which side they start the first 10 from.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think we could see a change up. Henderson's looking quietly confident. He's just going around having a chat to everyone, saying we've got this. It's not enough runs.
Henderson thinks he's going for the bonus point win.
That's
Doesn't
right.
even know that it's a knockout game. There are no bonus points.
There's no bonus points.
But the positive intent is the most important thing. So.
That's right. If you don't have the belief, you're done for already, and they've certainly got belief in spades.
So Lyden Gibbons is watching. If Lyden was here, where do you think he would be at this present moment? If he'd played a game, do you think he'd be on the beach suntanning, or what do you think he'd be doing at this present moment?
He'd probably be out and about doing something, talking nonsense to someone.
Telling us about his time at Lords where he slog sweep the first one for 6.
Yeah.
Top edge. Okay, Venora Sri Lanka. Talk us through the scorecard, AJ.
Well, it's a good start of Madishan, 39 of 28. Randiku was looking very dangerous, 21 off 9. Henderson got him out, a couple of overs in. Marshall came on, took a wicket first ball, get Leonaga out. Edera Singh was looking good, 29 of 16. Mendes, of course, retired on 51. Was batting very well. Didn't look really troubled by anyone. And Chaturanga and Rathnayaka at the end just really rammed it home at 24 off 11 and 36. So
I'm impressed with the pronunciation. I'll do the Aussies, a bit easier for me. Corey Marshall, pick of the bowlers. Not sure why he only got 3 overs. Marty Henderson started well, came in for a bit of tap in the end, but still 8 and over, not bad. Tommy Douglas, very expensive. Brodie Dwyer, he's had a tough day out there, and I think he'll be looking to make amends with the bat.
I think definitely, yeah. He won't be happy. Won't be happy with that performance. He is a better bowler than that. So batting wise, he'll probably be looking to peg that back and contribute a bit more to the game. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll join you in a few moments for the second innings between Venora Sri Lanka and the second 11 from Ipswich in Queensland.
So welcome back. Second 11, chasing 8 to win. Oh, great start. Cuts away for 4. As AJ comes back into the commentary box. Big fist pump as you saw the first one go to 4 for 4.
Yeah, it's good start there. Donnellan picking up where he left off the other day, 4 runs. It's good work. I just went and had a quick chat with the boys. They said the batting from the Sri Lankans very class outfit. Obviously, they scored 207. A lot of respect for their batting. Anderson said that was the first 6 he's been hit for all tournament, so he wasn't happy about that. But
He said to me that's the first 6 he's been hit for in his career.
no, he says lots of things. I wouldn't believe all of it. So here's Donnellan, 36 innings, average of 44.3. Strike rate's what you're looking at, 191. His best was 91, which he scored just in the last game. Nudges it away for another single.
What do you think the role is of Dwyer?
Look, I think honestly, Dwyer will probably play a bit of an anchor role here. We've got Donnellan at one end, will be smacking it around. Dwyer will be wanting to wait. If he can be there in the 10th over for the swap around, and then you'll see him unleash a few bombs then, I think. Yeah, he's a more patient batsman, Brodie, than some of these other firebrands.
There's Brodie Dwyer's stats. Very experienced player.
Very experienced player, played a lot of LMS, 205 innings, 79 not outs, a strike rate of 165 and an average of 52, so he can certainly play. But you probably find, 165 is a good strike rate, but you'll probably find that's one of the lowest strike rates in the second 11 camp. They really try to hurry things along, but he plays a different role. And I think he'll be looking to hang around here and just provide support for whoever's in at the other end. So we've got Mendes coming on to bowl straight away. See what he can do.
Janta Mendes, former Sri Lanka international.
Just drops it a bit short and Donnellan just pushes it through the covers for a single.
Good stats, but not as good as his test stats.
No.
A lot tougher to play last man stands cricket than international cricket.
It's a good shot from Dwyer. He's called for it too early. Donnellan's coming back.
This is a
Dwyer
good
will have
start.
to
This is
hurry.
really tight.
And he's done very well. Good running from Dwyer. He called it too early.
So let's look at his stats. AJ, can you tell us what Janta Mendes' bowling averages in T20 internationals?
I think in T20 it's something ridiculous, like 14 or something like that. It's really quite extraordinary. So he's going for double that in last man stands. Of course, 3 less fielders. It's harder to build pressure as a spinner, unless of course you're Jason Bush from Brisbane. He once famously took four wickets in 4 balls. He would be remiss of me not to tell everyone about that.
But why? Do you think he might try something a bit different yet? The short boundary on the leg side.
Yeah, well, I think Mendes is probably well aware of that. The left-handed batsman, he's pushing it well wide of off stump for Dwyer, not giving him any room to swing across. Could see. I think he'll take 2 or 3 overs just to settle in, and maybe with a short boundary on the leg side, he might look at whipping a couple away.
There's no weak links in this Sri Lankan bowling lineup, so second 11 are going to have to bat very well to get over the line. Yeah.
They will have to bat well. They bat deep.
Push down into
And
the
they
covers
all
for
bat
2.
well. No,
Donnellan sends him back.
Donnellan just struggling a little bit with that foot injury he picked up. Yeah, sorry, Shan. I just had to mention Bushy, so make sure you let him know that I have.
Welcome back, Peter Bowman, and thanks for pointing out where Lyden Gibbons would be at this time if he was in Cape Town. We agree with you.
Straight back to the bowler, no run. None for 14 in the third over.
So this wicket's starting to dry out again. I think it's going to play better and better as the day goes on, and then maybe the last game it might start breaking up again.
Oh, he's got an edge that should go for 4, I think. Yep, all the way down to the final leg boundary for 4.
So for those of you that don't know it, this is the second game of 5 featured games on live streaming today. Early in the day, JLB from Lahore won through against Alexandra Township Chiefs. Very, very exciting game. Low scoring affair on a wet wicket that was wet on Tuesday just to try and get it to hold up a bit, and then there was further rain yesterday that wasn't expected. That's gone straight up.
Straight up in the air.
You would think this is
Big
going to be up
chance
at
for
the
a
wind's
catch.
swirling. It's a
He's
good safe catch.
taken it well. That's a big wicket. Donnellan out for not very many, just the 12 of 9 balls. He's not happy. It's a far cry from his previous innings of 91.
Watch how still the fielder keeps his head, yeah, that's the key.
In position early, done very well taken catch. Brings Tommy Douglas to the crease.
So number 18 took the catch out there. He's the opening batsman. He's a decent all-round cricketer. So Ajanta Mendes to continue. As you see Tommy Douglas come to the wicket.
Big average, 94 average, strike rate of 206, scores his runs very quickly. Scored 283 runs already, 4 not outs.
Drop short, pulled away.
Dwyer
Only
cracks
one.
it through the leg side, just a single.
Steve Richards has just turned in and seen the dismissal of Donald and says that's the ball game.
Well, that's called that early. Don't know about that. A lot of batting to come. Oh no, it's kept low. Mendes has struck, bowled him, first ball.
So that's a long walk back to the wicket.
Bit of
Sticking around, not sure what happened there.
bit of confusion. What has happened?
Fusion, no one seems to know what's happened there.
Not-
Douglas is waiting around.
Not out, is it?
He's now. Don't have no, that's out. So,
No, he goes off in the end. Not sure what he was looking for there.
he's just looking maybe for a bit more camera time there.
Just looking for a sponsorship.
Don't know really what to describe that. I don't think what Paul really did anything. That was a long hop.
No, I think just playing across the line early in the innings, he paid the price for it. This brings Henderson to the crease. We bring his stats up soon, and you'll see just how much experience this young fella's got. So it's certainly not the ball game yet. Dwyer and Henderson at the crease, they can build a big partnership here.
Marty Henderson, 319 games, 143 not outs, world ranking of 24 with the bat, and he's number 1 in the world when it comes to confidence, number 1 in the confidence world rankings.
Self-promotion very high. Yep, strike rate of 204. Off the mark straight away.
bowled for Mendes, mixing it up. The good thing about Marty Henderson is he genuinely believes he can win the game for his team from here.
Absolutely, absolutely. There'll be no doubt in his mind that they've got the firepower to do it still. These next few overs are crucial. Next 7 or 8 overs. Set a platform. Still got Kenyon in the pavilion.
He's arguably their best batsman, would you say?
Oh, yeah. Himself and Brodie Kenyon, I think, on their day, followed by Dwyer. Donaldson, though. Donaldson's out early. Certainly the most experienced LMS batsman.
And he pushes hard.
Always looking for 2.
So we're still waiting for some Sri Lankans who might be watching this game to commentate in the live feed here.
Just a quick shout out to Trav Bischoff. How you doing, mate? Mr. Floppy. Would have been good to have you over here. They'll be looking for 2 here. They'll definitely be looking for 2 here. Good running. Good running. Good cricket from Dwyer. Just nudges it into the gap.
Speaking to Dwyer after their win against the Scottish boys, Fulton Flyers, and he said he's been struggling a little bit on this trip. Struggling to adapt to the wickets, a bit slower than he's used to back in Australia.
Definitely. Much prefers the ball coming onto him quicker. Oh. Short ball, it's hit him.
You said he likes the ball coming on a bit quicker.
Bit unexpected there. the first ball of the tournament that's happened. Yeah, just took him by surprise. It just didn't bounce as high as expected either. Flips that off his legs. It's a good shot just for one though. Field set well. So, nearing the end of the 5th over, the score's only 24 for 2. Sort of need to get a bit of a wriggle on with the run rate. It's very easy to start creeping up. All sorts of pressure starts building.
Shot from Marty Henderson.
There you go.
That's 6 over backward point.
6 over backward point. Great shot. Just banged it in short. He likes it there. Good shot. Relieves the pressure a little bit. Takes the score to 30 after the end of the 4th over.
Steve
5th over, sorry.
Asked when is the tournament final. This is the round of the last 16. Tomorrow is the quarterfinals, and then finals day is on Saturday. 2 semi-finals. Then we'll have the final of the Car Corner Cup, which will be a 12-over final. First innings will be played, and then the final of the main event will start at 2 South African time. Clever shot from Dwyer.
Shot from Dwyer. They'll be pushing for 2.
That's going to go. That's going to go.
Go all the way. Yes.
That's
4
10
runs.
for the last 2 balls.
You're quite right, Fitzy. I think they need to be at least 80 by 10, and then of course they'll turn around and the batting gets a lot easier from the other end. Scotty Henderson, Marty's brother, tuning in. Bit of congratulations to the younger boy.
So Jantas meant us to continue. Oh, that's a great shot.
That's a great shot. It's racing away to the boundary. That's 4 more. This is exactly what they needed here.
So Dwyer has been selected for the Australian side to play in the World Series next year in Chester in the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a tough tournament, but he's starting to show why he's been selected for the Australian champs.
Yeah, he's a quality batsman. He's just hasn't had things go his way so far in the tournament.
And he's facing up to a former international bowler.
Tossed it up and he'll squeeze it away for a single. Good ball for Mendes. Gives it a bit more loop and flight. Dwyer now on 18. Henderson slaps it through the offside. It'll just be the single. I don't think you'll see anything too rash from Marty. He'll be keeping an eye on the other end. He'll be wanting to target that cow corner short boundary.
Dwyer comes down the wicket. Just I think his head lifted at the last minute there.
So 2 for 40 at the end of the 6th over. The run rate just starting to creep up a bit, which is good. Dwyer calling for something. Maybe some water.
So this is the second game on the main oval. To follow this game, Thunder Dragons versus the Bengal Tage. Thunder Dragons are from Benoni, Bengal Tage from Bangladesh. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Marty Henderson's never one to show any backward step to the bowler. Matt Zanner says he was born for this situation. Just ask him.
Just ask him. Yeah, we didn't even have to ask him, Matt. He just told us. Pete, yeah, I believe Mendes will be in the Sri Lanka World Series side.
He's going to be the player coach for that time.
Player coach, marquee player. That'll be good. And the boundaries, Dan Chandler, on Marty's offside it's about 50 metres, but on the leg side it's about 150. We're using the furthest pitch over, so it's a bit lopsided.
So for those of you that don't know, there's been a drought in Cape Town, so these wickets have been deteriorating, but luckily there's been a bit of rain yesterday and they've watered the pitches, so hopefully they'll hold up for the rest of the tournament.
Good
Pushed
shot
out
from
down
Dwyer.
to mid-off.
Henderson always looking for 2, Dwyer never interested.
Part of his game he's going to have to change that. He's not a big striker of the ball, so running between the wickets got to be important there.
Yeah, I think he'd definitely improve the runs scored.
So the shop link has just come up, shop.lastmanstands.com. We're still running the promotion for any catch on the boundary, on the balcony. The prize has been increased to 6,000 Rand for anyone taking a catch up here. It's going to be a big ask. It's a massive hit on that side of the field.
It's a big hit, yeah.
I think we could probably make it 100,000 Rand, Adrian, today, and it won't be taken.
Yeah, you've timed the promotion well, Wayne.
Should we quadruple the price?
Do whatever you want, I think.
I think we'll have to get permission from Sharon Moore. Sharon, can we make the prize 24,000 Rand today?
I think so. So we just got a bit of water coming out for the boys. Dwyer not out 20 off 15. Marty not out 11 off 8. So just ticking it over, not doing anything too rash. Definitely waiting for that change of innings, I'm sure. Yeah, Brady.
Great shot from Dwyer.
Good shot. That's 4 runs. Good shot.
So, push.
We've had to, Steve Toohey, we've had to order some in. You're right, Marty's been here all week and the bourbon stocks are running low. Yeah, Brady killed the older racker in the Cow Corner Cup.
Oh,
that's a great
big
shot. Great shot, Manderson. That's a big 6 over the side screen.
Martin's just given himself a high five there. He's chuffed with himself. but he's got a right to be because that's a great shot.
He's just asking the keeper if he saw it. Well, we all saw it, Marty. That's a good shot. Well played. Good follow-up from the bowler. Just pushes it through the covers for one. So yeah, Brady, the Alderac team are in the plate. Things have gone very much to plan so far. We've lost the first two in the Cow Corner Cup. So we've lost the first two. We play the third this afternoon. Now, providing we lose that, we'll be in the plate competition, and that's of course when we start winning. So
the plate competition of the Cow Corner Cup.
Yeah.
I think you need to reevaluate your cricketing career if that's your ambition, Major.
It's not so much the ambition, it's where we keep falling. I blame our skipper, Stevenson.
He's put a lot of pressure on the guys. I think that's the problem.
A lot of pressure to lose.
So what you suggesting, match fixing going on? So Mendes bowling out here, all 4 overs. He knows he can't bowl in the back end, and then it's a very short boundary to square leg side.
That's a
good Henderson
shot. 6.
And another half five from himself from Henderson.
6 over cover. Henderson's seen enough of this bowling and has decided now's the time to go.
Henderson's just walked down to Mendes and said, I should have been the one playing international cricket.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's practiced that shot in front of the mirror a few times, Henderson. Just shows it's last man stands cricket. One player might have been playing for his country, but the other one is the senior pro when it comes to LMS.
That's right, yeah.
Big golfing caps. Henderson over 300 caps. Mendes relatively inexperienced in LMS.
Good ball. Well played from Henderson. Gives him a bit of respect. He was saying yesterday he was really looking forward to facing Mendes because he loves facing spin.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. Good point. Just the single though. Dwyer on strike now. Just very watchful, pushes it back down the pitch, straight back to Mendes, and that's the end of the over.
Second 11 giving a good account of themselves in the run chase here.
63 for 2 after 9 overs. Dwyer not out 25, Henderson not out 26, starting to accelerate the innings. So 1 over left at this end. No. Now we've got a bit slow, so that's the 10 overs gone, is it?
No, that's only
No, 9 overs gone.
So the last one before that turn.
And that's when I think we'll see Henderson start to unleash.
The run rate required around the 13 mark now, which is a big ask, but second 10 is going to be easier.
Pushes back in his crease. It's a good ball. Just gets the single, brings Dwyer back on strike. If they can try and get 10 or 15 off this over, that will set it up nicely for the second 10.
Brody Kenyon still to come. Can you tell me a bit about Brody Kenyon? Where is his scoring areas? Where does he like to go?
Really, all around the park, he's quite an accomplished batsman. He's very good. He was the 2013 batter of the tournament at the Oz Champs. He scored a lot of runs, scores a lot of 50s. He coming into the tournament with a slight leg injury that he picked up at the Oz Champs, but it doesn't seem to have worried him too much. Dwyer has a slash outside off stump.
So Dwyer knows they're probably about 15 short of where they'd like to be at this stage.
Yeah.
Maybe even more, but you never know. We saw in the second 10 overs of the Venora innings that runs were easy to come by.
Yeah, Kenyon.
Marty, do you think Marty's going to go for 2, yeah?
Always looking for 2.
Dwyer not running with the same intensity as his skipper.
It's not unusual. That's the way he runs. But yeah, Henderson always pushes that first one hard. puts the pressure on the field, backs himself to make it. Very quick. If we can see Henderson and Marshall batting together, then there'll be 2s and 3s galore. Those guys are very quick. But look, Kenyon hits the ball very hard. Hits it a long way. Good batsman. It's not all slogging. Some very good cricket shots in there.
Don't know if you noticed that last ball, Henderson was giving himself a bit of room, showing the bowler the stumps, trying to target extra cover.
Yep.
And Randika came wide of the crease and just pushed it into the pad. So that's very clever cricket.
Clever cricket all round, really. Yep.
As you can see in the distance, there's Table Mountain, and on the field below that, there's the Car Corner Cup. Some people say that's the main event, but it's all in good spirits down there on the Rondebosch second field.
So Randika bowling very well here, 3 overs, none for 15. Pick of the bowlers so far. Mendes, of course, is bowled out now, 4 overs, 1 for 25.
As Sudath Summer Jawar joins us. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. Can you tell us where you're from, Sudath? Okay, so 10 overs to go, 143 to win. This looks like a big ask.
It is a big ask. 14 and over. They're going to have to do well. They've really got to get cracking.
That's gone straight up.
Dwyer's got the message. It's gone straight up. He should catch that. He takes it well.
Marty Henderson's going for the steal.
For the steal. If he hits, he could have been gone, but he's come back. He's very quick between the wickets. So they've lost a wicket, but they've picked up 2 runs. So
He's actually hit that well, Dwyer.
He did hit it well. If he hit it like that on the other
Yeah,
side,
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lack of trying. Maybe just that one was in his area, but you'll probably look at that and think, why didn't I do that a bit earlier?
A bit earlier, yeah. He probably should have been targeting that boundary earlier.
But he gave a good account of himself there. 2 4s in a row of Mendes.
Yep, I think he batted well. He'll be reasonably happy with that. He would have liked to go on with it a bit more, I'm sure. That's okay. That brings Brodie Kenyon to the crease by the looks of it.
So Siddharth is from Sri Lanka, but he's now living in New Zealand. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so Kenyon to the crease, so we'll see what he can do. But that square leg boundary is looking very short. He's got 96 innings, so nearly the 100. Average is 44. Very healthy strike rate of 202. Best is 81, but he scored 24 50s. He's ranked 82 in the world.
He's also got the neatest hairstyle of the team.
Well, and it's red too, so that's a positive. Off the mark with a single. It's down to 5 leg. The third man.
Jacob Lane thinks he's coming a bit late here. And Henderson's gone high.
That's well over the fence. That's a good 6. And that's certainly what he's been waiting for. He'll be looking at that square leg boundary with glee.
What do you think he said to Kenyon there when he walked out?
Probably just did you see that?
I think he said,
keep your eyes open.
I think that he said they're 50 short here.
Watch this. Yeah. Oh, good comeback ball from the bowler. Respect from Henderson. That's the end of the 11th over. 74 for 3.
Kenyon to the crease. This is interesting. A lot of people won't know Brodie Kenyon, but for me, he's the best player in this lineup. He's the one guy that, when he gets going, is great to watch. So, although it's still 14 and over required.
14 and over, yep. A couple of big overs will sort that out though.
Kenyon just needs to get used to the wicket.
Yeah, just take a couple of balls to settle in. Used to the pace and the bounce. So we've got Rathnayaka's brother is tuned in, Sudath Vadika. Welcome, buddy.
Good run in.
Oh,
Good field and good back in up.
tell you what though, if the fielder had hit the stumps there, it would have been very close. Good sharp running.
There's a discussion going on with some of the organisers as we speak, whether there should be action replays coming into it for the run-outs. Should we have the third umpire involved? We want to hear from you. We don't have 5 cameras here today, we have 3, so we might not get all the views, but what do the viewers think? Do you think it'll be a good addition to have the third umpire making calls on run-outs?
Henderson on strike. Good ball. That's a very good ball.
The Venora showing why they're becoming favourites for this event. Ratanakia come on to bowl. Is this the 4th bowler used? 5th bowler used.
Yeah.
And compare the 5th bowler here to some of the other sides, you can see why they're going to be a very hard team to beat. They've worked this out carefully. They know the mid-wicket area is the place to go, and Ratnaka just throwing it in full and wide.
Bowled him. Big wicket. Big wicket. Henderson gone. Gone for 33 off 20. He'll be disappointed with that. Rathnayaka bowling very well. Straight and full.
But he can be proud of himself. Marty showed a bit of fight. Very competitive guy. Always backs himself.
Always backs himself, and
He's got a good nut there. I think that's just drifting in with the wind, wasn't it?
Tailed back in. Good ball. Very good ball.
Well played, Marty Henderson.
So it brings Marshall to the crease. So I think it really rests on Big Red here. Big Red, Brody Kenyon. Marshall will be looking to work it around. He hits a lot of 1s and 2s, turns 2s into 3s, very quick. He's not really renowned for his big hitting.
So, games to come on this field. Thunder Dragons versus Bengal Tage, followed by world number 1, Tanks Plumbing versus CT Warriors. That's the pick of the games today. CT Warriors, local Cape side, very, very good side. It was a surprise to see them finish 2nd in their group. They won their first 2 games convincingly and then lost to bottom of the log. So these 2 teams, Tanks Plumbing and CT Warriors, weren't meant to meet in the last 16. So that's easily the pick of the matches. Make sure you watch that one. That's at 3:05. That'll follow the Thunder Dragons Bengal Tage, which starts at 22-1.
Here's Marshall.
Good start from Marshall.
He has scored 100, and as expected, he's looking for 2 straight away, and he'll get that with ease. He's coming back. Oh, it's close, but he's quick, very quick. Picks up 2 off the first ball.
And then the final game on the main field is Ferrani Taylor Stallions, otherwise known as FJT. They taking on Dick Dorans in Pretoria. If we look at Corey Marshall's stats, AJ, talk me through them, please.
Yeah, so Marshall, he's played a lot of games, 286 innings, 70 not outs. Average not great, 22. He does bat lower down the order. He has scored 100 and scored 1450. So he's a very handy batsman. Someone you want in here with someone like Brody at the other end, who's a big hitter. Marshall will always go for the single. He'll always go for the 2. And there's Kenyon. He's hit it very high.
Kenyon.
Oh dear.
This is going to be
This
out.
could be a problem. He's dropped it. And given a life. Well, Kenyon going after that, not quite getting hold of it, just putting it underneath it. And the Venora Sri Lanka fielder has dropped it, given him a life. This could be a punish. So the way that'll just be a single, working it out to square leg.
It's good to see Greg Mortimer tuning in from the United States. Very, very good player in his day. Bit unlucky, but many people think he should have gone on to play international cricket.
Marshall trying to heave it over the square leg boundary, but misses it. I think at this stage you should just be looking to paddle it around, get Kenyon back on strike, to be honest. That's bowled him, round his legs, clipped the leg stump.
Not sure it was around the legs, AJ. I think he just walked inside the line, around the legs,
It was past his legs.
past his pads.
Just stepped across, tried to work it down to find leg.
But let's just see, maybe it was the doucher or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with around the legs.
Round the legs.
Let's stick with that
Sounds
one.
better. It's disappointing. Marshall won't be happy with that. Oh dear. Walks off. Second 11 in a bit of trouble here. It's going to need some fireworks from Kenyon.
Yeah, Kenyon hasn't managed to get going yet, but just takes one out the middle. I think he gets one out the middle.
Yeah.
Bit of confidence. I think he's a bit out of form, so you see his head's not still when he's playing his shots at the moment, but that's what happens when you're a bit out of form. You tend to not watch it as cleanly as you should do. Dave Fitchett.
That's good. Yep. Just rotate the strike. That's I think his role has got to be here. Don't waste any balls. And he's actually stolen the strike for the next over. So 77 innings, 33 not outs, average of 26, strike rate of 167. He's got a best score of 60, 650s. So he's certainly known more for his bowling, but handy lower order batsman. I think at this stage he's just got to quickly rotate the strike, get Kenyon back on strike, and Kenyon's really just got to go for it now. There's only 7 overs remaining. They still need 127 to win.
So some other live games just to feed in there. The Car Corner Cup, the more social element of Last Man Stands. The Milk Tarts. That's a local dessert in South Africa. They've named themselves after that. They're 3-0. They're playing Masagami. The one to watch out for on the Gary Kirsten Oval is LSE Legends from Pakistan. They're absolutely flying against Pulling Hook. 134 for no wickets after 13. So that could be the second team from Pakistan making it through to the last 8. As Brody heaves that one out to mid-wicket.
Just a single.
In the plate competition, that's for the teams that were knocked out in the group stages of the main event. One of the favourites for the plate competition is Bloem Vikings. They're in a very tough group that made a okayish start against Pertek Patet. Oh, bowled him.
Bowled him. Fitchett gone. Played all round it.
So Ratanaka got a bit of pace about him.
Good delivery. Second 11 in strife now. Gazza Copeland strides to the crease.
So it looks like the second 11 tournament's coming to an end, AJ. I'm sure they've had a great time regardless of being knocked out in the last 16.
No, he's just big gap between bat and pad.
Would you agree that this game's pretty much over now?
I think you'd have to think so. It's going to take some big hitting from Kenyon to get back from here.
So who would you say are favourites from here?
Oh, this Sri Lankan side has gone very well. I mean, they've had 3 big wins in the group stages. I was a bit concerned because I didn't think the opposition was very good, so it's a bit hard to judge how good they were. But they've certainly dominated here with the bat, and now they're dominating with the ball. They're looking good. And he's on a hat trick. That's the end of Copeland. Down to the last man. It's all up to Kenyon. Gets very tough from here. He can only run 2s, 4s or 6s.
So they call him the Big Red.
Big Red.
Is there any specific reason for that besides his hair colour?
I think just his big shock of red hair on it.
Okay.
He's not a small unit. Big man. quite a good sportsman, plays soccer at a reasonable level back home, semi-pro.
Pushed out to.
He's going to go for two
Is
straight
he gonna
away.
oh no, he realises he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, that's good thinking. Made the decision early to turn back.
So last man stands rule. AJ, can you explain to the viewers that have never seen this before what happened there?
So he can only run twos. He's not safe at the bowler's end, so he's only safe back at the wicketkeeper's end. He was running down, thought he might be able to make it, but the fielder came around quite quickly. He realised about 3/4 of the way down that he wouldn't be able to make it back in time, so he turned back and made it back to the keeper's end.
So they showed a bit of experience there. Often you see guys, once they've started, just think you have to keep going. But
no, you don't have to commit.
Yeah.
It's not tip and run.
He's obviously got a good reverse baton in him.
Oh, he's gone for the heave, missed it. Maybe a missed stumping chance there, to be honest.
So the hat-trick wasn't completed, but this has been a good passage of play from the Sri Lankans.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of wickets in a hurry.
Good shot from Dyer,
Ball.
goes straight.
He's going to go for that. He's coming back.
This
He's
is going to
made
be
the
tight.
first.
He's going to have to get the dive in. Ooh.
Made it back. That's two.
It's good cricket all round. Strong arm out there, long on.
Yeah, he won't get two for that. It's gone backward of square. So the last few were tight bowling from Sri Lanka. Bit of experience. Some of these guys maybe don't have a lot of LMS experience, but they've got a lot of cricket experience, and a good ball is a good ball, any format of the game.
Now they're going to be a tough team to beat. There's no doubt about that.
Be good to see a few sixes though, just to get the crowd going.
For those of you just tuning in, wanting to get some updates from the Car Corner Cup, the Milk Tots are in all sorts of trouble. 11 for 3 in 2.3 overs. Dwyer pushes it down to good cricket,
Out on the boundary.
strong arm. He's going to have to
Big
get the
arm.
dive in.
He
Good
does.
from Kenyon.
So that's the end of the over. Score is, what is the score? 95. 97 after 16. Only 4 overs remaining.
The plate competition, Bloom Vikings 30 for 2. 6 overs against the Pertek Predators. Another match from the plate competition, the Yankee Royals from New York up against the Southwest Bandits from Devon. 14 for no loss after 1. Yankee Royals are favoured to win that one. In the main event, LSE Legends from Pakistan, 162 for 1 to 15.4 against Pullin Hook. Some people refer to them by another name. So what do you think's on Kenyon's mind? Yeah. Oh, that's a good shot.
There we go. That's that. Oh, it's fielders coming around.
Very clever
Save
captaincy, isn't it? Got the
Yeah.
fielders in the right place. Great
Hit
shot.
that hard. That's 6, I think. 6 runs. Good work, Brody.
While we wait for the ball to be retrieved, maybe we could discuss the controversy in the previous game, where second 11 came up against a very strong Fulton Fly side from Scotland. Can you just remind the viewers that don't know what happened there?
So of course we had the Scotland side scored about 194 of their 20. It's very good. And with just a few overs to go, they were looking like they were going to win. The second 11 were struggling a bit. Lost a few wickets. Hayden Donnellan came back to the crease, batted very well. It came right down to, they needed 30 off the last 2 overs. He hit a few 6s and 4s and got it very close, and it came down to needing 2 off the last delivery. Marshall was at the non-strikers end. They had a quick discussion, and Donnellan blasted the ball trying to hit it 6 over Table Mountain. Didn't quite get it right. Went straight up in the air. The Scotland team came around and took a great catch, but of course we've got the steal rule in play, so the non-striker can steal 2 runs. Scotland, a bit of lack of match awareness. They thought they'd taken the catch and won the game, and Marshall scampered through and picked up the steal to win the game. So there was a bit of a dramatic moment there.
That's a great shot from Kenyon.
Great shot from Kenyon. 4 more.
Just showing why maybe should have been sent in a bit earlier, AJ.
Maybe, yeah.
Taking a bit of time. Not easy on this wicket to come in and play shots from
Not
ball
straight
1.
away. Yeah. And so for a brief moment, both teams were celebrating. Second 11 knew they'd won it, and Scotland thought they'd won it. But of course, with the rule as it stands, second 11 went through.
And there's a bit of debate as to whether the rule needs to be changed. I think it does.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I was initially, but maybe off the last ball of the innings, we've thought that, good ball.
Evasive action. So he's not too happy about being driven for 4 there.
No.
The game's over, but still a bit of pride, yeah.
Pride at stake. Yeah, look, I think, it's dramatic circumstances to win the game. I think the Scotland guys handled it very well. They said, well, that's the rules as it stands. We've certainly lost the game fair and square, but maybe going forward, if that for the last ball of the innings, of course, the last ball of the innings, if you hit 6, it's worth 12, and maybe we just take away the ability to get a steal off the last ball, because dramatic catch to win the game. Maybe that should have won the game. And if you couldn't get it within the 100 balls, maybe you don't get the chance to do it on the hundreds. So yeah.
It's something that we need to look at, but the rules are the same for both sides.
That's right.
Coming into the game, both sides knew the score.
That's right. If it happened on the second last ball, well, there'd be no sort of complaints. I don't think. The second last ball was a dot ball, and that's all the bowler needed to do again was get a dot ball. But yeah,
sometimes you need moments like that to reflect on the rules. One of the other rules that come up is the last man stands rule. We've had a few players struggling to get any runs under the last man stands rule.
Yeah.
Kenyon's, in this situation, Kenyon's actually keeping the board going, so it's still entertaining to watch his stroke play, but sometimes it can drift away a bit. So you have some thoughts on how to make that rule better as well, as we watch Kenyon go again here.
Yeah, I think maybe making you have to score a minimum amount of runs in the over, in the next over, so you can't bat out a maiden. If you bat out a maiden, then that's maybe game over. Whether it be you've got to score 2 runs or maybe even 4 runs, whether you hit 1 boundary or you run 2 twos.
So what we're thinking of is some sort of cut-off point as to when you almost in indoor cricket you've got
that's right.
3 by the third ball, the score hasn't changed.
The score must change. Yeah.
So only for the LMS rule, maybe there's going to be some point where the score hasn't changed. Something has to happen.
I think that's probably well worthwhile.
So just coming back to the steal rule, Peter Bowman saying, why does it need to be changed? Do we need to remove the double play for the last play too? What's your thoughts there? It sort of becomes irrelevant, isn't it, doesn't it?
That's right. I mean, there's the Scottish manager, he a lot of experience in cricket and like that, and just one of the thoughts that he had was maybe just when the catch is, if the catch is taken off the last ball of the innings, the ball is dead, and that way, you know, you've got the reward for taking the catch.
So both of us initially
Yeah.
argue against, but the more we've had a chance to think of it, we actually think Mark Stanger's could be correct there. He's saying the last ball didn't come hit for 12, so it's all in the batsman's favour, and maybe you need to even it up a bit.
It's very too far weighted in favour of the batsman, so that's we're not changing it at any other point in the game. You can still get the steal, still get the double play. I think it's good. I mean, one argument that we initially thought was, well, if he takes the catch and then fires it in, gets the double play to win the game. But maybe it's tougher to get the double play than sometimes, depending where the ball's hit. It's almost a free swipe.
Oh, the Milk Tarts have just lost another wicket on the Car Corner Cup field. They're now 4 down. Sharan Fernando struggling this tournament with the bat. He's just been dismissed for 1.
Well, I don't think he got many more than that yesterday either. Twice hit it over the fielder's head.
This is good from Kenyon.
It is good. Be too little too late, unfortunately. Scores 113 for 7. There's only 4 balls left of the innings. A good 100 runs short, unfortunately. Kenyon may well bring up his 50 though. That would be nice for him. That's a good ball. There'll be no run there. So Sri Lanka showing, as you said, why they're the favourites. They've closed this innings out very well. Kenyon hit again. That's 4 more.
Good from Kenyon.
6 more. 6. Good shot.
Real big mistake here, I think, from the second 11, not to get him up. It's always easy hindsight though, isn't it?
Look, easy in hindsight, and honestly though, Donnellan scored 91. Dwyer, obviously, very good batsman. Tommy Douglas got, good ball, duck. Then Marty Henderson. It's hard.
Marty Henderson, sir.
Marty Henderson, 33. That was the top 4. It's, hard to know where to put him.
I just think he's their stand-up player.
Yeah.
I think around shows like that, get your best play in
early.
Really give him a bit of time to
get used to the conditions.
See a few balls. Another 4.
That'll be 4 more. And is that the end of the game? He ends up on 46, frustratingly short of his 50. Batted very well as the last man. Final score would be 123 for 7 after the 20. So a big victory by Sri Lanka in the end. The Aussie boys will be disappointed, but I think they've played very well. They come up against a very good outfit here.
Still a lot for the second 11 to do in this tournament. There's a lot of good spots to visit in Cape Town.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully they'll be down to support the final on Saturday.
Here we go. So the top 3 batsmen just never really getting away. 12 off 10 for Donnellan. Unfortunately, Dwyer out for 26. Douglas not troubling the scorers on 0. Henderson was looking good, 33 off 21. Kenyon, the not out batsman, 46. Marshall, Fitchett, both out for 2, bowled. And Gary Copeland, a little cameo, bowled for a duck by Rathnayaka, who bowled very well. Sri Lanka, pick of the bowlers. Chaturanga, 1 for 12. Rathnayaka, 3 for 15 off his 4. Supported well by Ajanta Mendes, 4 overs, 1 for 25, and Sampath, 4 overs, 2 for 27. So, second 11 finished with 119, falling quite a way short.
It's good to see the team spirit there as the two teams get together for a group photo.
Sri Lanka winning by 84 runs in the end. Kenyon, Henderson and Dwyer, the pick of the batsmen. The second 11, Mendes with 51, batted very well. Madishan 39 of 28. Vatnayaka probably had probably the best game. I'd say he'd be man of the match, 36 off 17, 4 overs, 3 for 15.
So, as we look at the draw, Venora through. They're going to be playing the winner of the LSE Legends versus Pulling Hook. LSE Legends well on top in that game. Last we saw that they were going to 10 and over, had about 160 after 16 overs. The other side of the draw, Jalal Lal Bangers. They won through on a tight game versus Alex Chiefs. They're from Pakistan. Rebels versus Docs Misfits. Rebels number 2 in the world. They've qualified for the quarterfinals. A massive game coming up later on in the day with Tanks Plumbing, world number 1 versus CT Warriors. 2 very strong sides. Before that, we're going to have the Thunder Dragons versus the Bengal Tage from Bangladesh. And then the final game of the day is FJT from England versus Dick Durrant. We'll be back shortly.